organizingmaven.com, where I help people clear their clutter so they can find their happy. Today we're talking about beliefs, and I bet we can all agree that our beliefs have a profound impact on every aspect of our lives, including the stories that we tell ourselves. And sometimes those stories aren't very supportive. When it comes to clearing out clutter, if we're holding unsupportive beliefs, they can really inhibit our ability to let go, up to and including preventing us from doing so. Now, the good news here is that if you hold an unsupportive belief, you can replace it with something that will help you, something that will be supportive. And we actually are in charge of our beliefs. We choose everything that we believe. We have complete control over it. I know sometimes it doesn't feel that way, but we really do. And changing a belief is actually easier than you might imagine, because the truth is, what is a belief? A belief is just a story that we've told ourselves many, many times until we finally believe it. So you can change that story and you can change your belief. So here are the 6 steps, and then let's circle back with an example of how each of those would work. So step 1 is to identify the belief. That's pretty obvious. Step 2 requires a little bit of digging down. You have to come up with the reasons for why you hold that belief. Where did it come from? Why do you hold it? Then step 3 is you're going to argue why that belief isn't necessarily true. You're going to come up with a counter argument. You're going to kind of play the devil's advocate. Step 4 is rewriting the belief. You're going to recraft it so that it is something that will support you. And you want to make it be something that feels really authentic and really good. So if you held that belief, would it help you reach your goals? That's the question you want to ask yourself. Then step 5 is to test it out and see how it feels. Does it get you excited? Does it feel really authentic? Then step 6 is to put it into action and start practicing it. So let's go through and see how this might work. Let's say I had a belief that went something like this. I feel really guilty when I let go of stuff that I spent perfectly good money on. You can see how that belief is not going to help me clear out the clutter. So why do I believe that? Let's say I believe it because my parents taught me to be thrifty. They taught me that it was really wasteful to let go of stuff that still had value. Ooh, you can see that belief is not going to help me at all in letting go of clutter. Now I'm going to argue why that might not necessarily be true. Let's say that my parents also taught me to be generous. They taught me to give back in the community. So now I could say to myself, wow, if I'm holding on to stuff that I'm not using, that's actually like kind of wasteful. I could be giving that stuff away to people that would be using it, and then that would be far less wasteful, and I would be generous. And my parents valued that, so they would actually be proud of me instead of wanting to admonish me for being wasteful. So do you see how this works? We have a belief, we found out why we believed it. Now we've argued why that belief isn't necessarily true, and now we can write a belief that is in alignment with that counter argument, and it will be a belief that will support us. So now my new belief could be something like this. I actually look around for things to give back. I look for the things that I'm not needing because I like to be generous. I like to give back to my community. So letting go of things is a way for me to support my community. That could be my new belief. Letting go of things is a way for me to support my community. And you sit with that. You know, this is the step. See how it feels. Does that feel good? Would that belief support you in your goal? And the really cool thing about this process is you can use it with anything, not just clutter clearing. So I like the way that feels. So then the 6th step is to go out and start putting it into action. Yeah, start using it. Because like I said earlier, a belief is really just a story that we tell ourselves over and over again until it becomes part of who we are. So then why is this so important? Why is it so important to question our beliefs and find out if they're helping or hurting us? And that should be pretty obvious, because if we're not questioning it, then we are going to forever be governed by other people's beliefs. Now those beliefs may be okay, but it's really important to question it to make sure that we're supporting ourselves as much as we possibly can. So if you've got any questions about this, I would love to answer. Use the comment section below. And remember, if you're looking for a little bit of extra support, Over on Facebook, we have a private group, Clear Your Clutter, Find Your Happy, and we would love to welcome you in.